Motivation didn't change my life. Discipline didn't change my life either. The real reason my life started to change was identity. The life that I wanted required a version of myself that did not exist yet. If you're someone who has tried everything to change your life, I want to tell you about the 4 identity shifts that changed everything. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Christian, and I've created this space for those of us women who are quietly refining our lives, developing new habits, evolving through motherhood, increasing our faith, all while still living soft and remaining in our purpose. I'm talking about the real growth, the quiet kind that happens behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see until you pop out and all of a sudden they're like, who she thinks she is, or oh, she brand new. And I am. Absolutely, I am. Anyway, girl, if that's you, you've come to the right place. Grab your coffee, your matcha, your mocktail, your cocktail, whatever your preference may be, and come on in and have a seat. One of the first identity shifts that I had to make was learning discipline over my feelings. For a long time, I lived my entire life based on how I felt, my feelings, whatever I was feeling in the moment. That's what I based my life off of. If I was tired, I didn't move. If I was overwhelmed, I avoided everything. Complete shutdown mode. If I didn't feel motivated, I delayed. But the woman I had to become, baby, she doesn't negotiate with her feelings. She honors her commitments whether she feels like it or not. That includes keeping promises to myself. So here's what that looks like in real time. Start with one small promise to yourself and keep it daily. When I thought of my wellness journey in totality, it was overwhelming. They say you should drink half of your body weight in water. I need to strength train. I don't know how to strength train. I need to get a personal trainer. I need to wake up at 5 a.m. All of those things all at once feel very overwhelming. One small promise that I made to myself, I'm going to drink more water every day. And to take it a step further, if you have a little bit of touch of neural spiciness like I do, simplify. Babe, my Simply Modern cup was giving overwhelming. It's 40 ounces of water. And for me, in this season of my life, that amount of water at once just felt overwhelming. Like the cup was cute, but I wasn't drinking water. Having to clean that straw and take out everything and deep clean that every day for my sanity and for hygiene, too much. Yeah. I bought this water bottle. It's 32 ounces instead of 40, just a little less. That feels less overwhelming for me, less intimidating. And I don't use the straw. I took the straw out. So now it's easier for me to clean. I can just pop the top open and just simply drink out of it like I'm drinking out of a cup. And instead of thinking, oh, Christian, you need to drink a certain amount of ounces of water for your body weight. No, I'm going to try to make it through at least 1 or 2 of these every day. You want to know why? Because I was barely drinking water. In this recent season of my life, baby, I was running on caffeine and prayers. So drinking 60 ounces of water is better than drinking 10 ounces of water. Make a small promise to yourself and just do that daily. Let me know in the comments what your promise to yourself is going to be. The second identity shift that I had to make was developing and having boundaries without guilt. One of the ways that I've had to have boundaries without guilt is saying no and not explaining myself. I had to become a woman that says no without an explanation. Not every invitation deserves a yes. I've always prided myself on, oh, I want to be nice. I want to show up for people. If you want a village, you have to be the village, right? I still believe in those things, but I had to make a shift. I don't want to be nice and just saying yes to everything, but then I'm burdened down and I'm pouring from an empty cup. What that looks like in real time is asking yourself before saying yes to something or someone is, does this align with the life that I'm building? As I'm learning myself, my body, my mental health habits, my wellness habits, and my luteal phase, I have to be very intentional about the things that I am saying yes to, because if I deplete all of the energy that I barely have in that 10-day window leading up to my period, how am I going to show up for myself? How am I going to have energy and effort to show up to the gym and fill my cup if I'm putting someone else or something else's needs before me. That can be a thing, a person, a place. It can be so many things. I want to be very clear about identity shift number two. When I say boundaries without guilt, I'm in no way saying that you should be some detached or out of touch person that never shows up for people because it's an inconvenience to your life. Not saying that at all. That's not who I am. I am definitely the friend that you can call if you need. It can be 2 in the morning. Babe, I'll have crust in my eyes. I'm going to brush my teeth and get up and come to your aid. Your kids, your grandma, your dog, your cat, whatever the case is, I'm coming to help you. But what I've learned about myself, especially in this refinement season here in these 30s, I learned that a lot of times in my years of adolescence and in my 20s, I said yes to so much stuff just because I wanted to be perceived as the nice girl and I wanted to be perceived as somebody who shows up. I've been in a space where I was pouring so much into everybody else's cup and nothing into mine that it left me depleted. And especially now that I'm a mother, I can't do that. If I drain myself and my cup is empty, I never fill my cup. What is that leaving for myself and for my daughter? So, what I've learned is that I have to fill my cup and use my discernment with my boundaries. Okay, hello. Because I've seen some commentary out there online where people take it a little too far, and then people wonder why other people may or may not show up for them. I make sure I show up for other people. But now in this season of my life, I fill my cup up first. So I fill my cup up. I show up in the spaces where I need to show up for myself and for my daughter and my household. And then everyone else gets the overflow. You get what I'm saying? So if your cup is full, the stuff that's running over, that's what other people are getting. And what I realize when you do that is it allows you to show up well. If I'm showing up busted, crusted, and disgusted, what am I being to you anyway? You know, food for thought. Ask yourself, does this align with the life that I'm building? Am I skipping out on the gym so that I can do something that's out of alignment? And the old me say, okay, this is the schedule I have planned for myself today. I have a 9 to 5. I'm a mom. This is what I need to do today for work. This is what I need to do to show up as a mother. And this is the time block that I've allotted for myself to go to the gym and work out. Old Christian, one of my friends could call me and say, hey, girl, let's go get lunch. Today's Christian, refined Christian that's currently quietly refining herself in her life, is gonna show up for myself regardless. I know that I only have this amount of time in my day. So I'm gonna say no. I'm going to practice kindness. I'm not going to be rude or dismissive. I'm going to make sure my friend is okay. However, we're going to have to schedule eating lunch on a day where it aligns with the life that I'm building so that I can honor the commitments that I've made to myself, showing up for myself. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you can't have a moment where you spontaneously do anything, but for me, baby, I've had years of spontaneous moments that led me into being almost 300 pounds. Let's clock it. Okay. So when I say you have to say no to some things that are not aligned, that's what I mean. The third identity shift is stewardship over shame. This shift challenged how I approach my body and my health. I had to become a woman who treats her body like it matters, not from shame, not from pressure, but from stewardship. Being a good steward over my body. For years, I would shame myself over not exercising or for eating something that I shouldn't be eating. And I realized that shame wasn't motivating me. That was not a good motivator. It was actually keeping me stuck. I realized that shame caused me to shut down. I kept saying, I just need to lose X amount of pounds. I just need to lose weight. I need to do this. I need to do that. And the reality is, I need to be a good steward over the body that I'm in now. This body has carried me through some very traumatic life experiences in the last few years, and I need to appreciate her and love her. I need to present my body as a living sacrifice to the Lord, as a form of worship. Hello. I'm not a nurse or in the medical field. However, I do follow nurses here on YouTube because I just find their content to be motivating. And both of them have specifically talked about working in the hospital. They see so many people that can't even get up and go to the bathroom by themselves. They need help to do everything. And that resonated with me. I've really focused in the last 6 months of my life on being a good steward over the things that the Lord has blessed me with, but I never applied that concept to my body and my health. And it clicked for me when I recently watched both of those nurses talk about their experience in the hospital and how much of a privilege and a blessing it is to be able to move your body. So instead of feeling shame for not getting a trainer and going in the gym and doing all these glamorous strategic workouts, I can be a good steward over my body by walking. I can handle that. I can walk 3 miles and start out doing that. I have lived a very sedentary lifestyle since the pandemic. If I'm used to hardly doing anything other than to walk to my car, walk to the couch, walk upstairs to my bed to get in it, or walk to the kitchen to cook, I can stand to walk 3 miles. That's being a good steward. I don't have to beeline into a trainer and get up at 5 a.m. and do this intense workout every day. That may be the goal for the future, but for now, on a practical level, that's one small habit that I can implement. I've reframed my mind. When I get to go to the gym, it's exciting. Me getting up to go for a walk brings a smile to my face, and the motivation for me is the stewardship. It's no longer the shame, it's no longer dread, it's no longer punishment, because I realize that being able to go for a walk and walk 3 miles, put my own shoes on, drive a car, afford a gym membership is a privilege. I want to show up with gratitude in my heart and showing the Lord that He has left me to steward this body with the help of the Holy Spirit, and I need to steward it well. So I'm thankful for the opportunity to get to exercise. I'm thankful that I have the means and even the mindset to even think when I go in the grocery store, well, let me find some fruit. Let me eat some whole foods. I thank the Lord for that mindset. I thank the Lord for the shift, because that's truly a privilege, a blessing, and I'm not taking that lightly anymore. The fourth and final identity shift that I want to share with you all today is peace over chaos. I had to stop entertaining certain environments, habits, and conversations that created chaos in my life. You will be surprised when you take a step back and start assessing your life and some of the things that you want to change for the better. You will be surprised to know the things that you put up with and deal with on a regular or daily basis that are completely unnecessary and unbecoming to your life and well being and the people around you. Respectfully. Hello. New woman, she protects her peace. She doesn't chase drama. She doesn't stay in confusion. She chooses clarity. One practical takeaway for this identity shift is to remove one source of unnecessary stress this month. Becoming the woman or the person that you want to be does not happen overnight or in one big, large, grand step. It happens in little, small steps every single day. You become her by showing up as her every single day. I was exhausted today and didn't even feel like recording those clips. But you know what? I told myself, just record them and you can set a date on the calendar for when you will edit them. Getting rid of that all or nothing mindset has literally shifted my life. I've seen so many videos out there when it comes to going on a wellness journey or weight loss journey or trying to make positive changes in your life, where people say you have to change your mindset. And that became a trigger word for me, because I thought, how do you change your mindset? Nobody ever teaches you how to change your mindset. And so that is what I am here for. In this video, remember, small changes every day. Make a small promise to yourself that you want to keep and keep showing up. Becoming her every day is an everyday decision, little bit at a time.